Okay, so what is up you guys, my name's Ollie, and quick message before I start this video. I don't know if I'll be posting a video next week. I'm actually currently filming this Wednesday of last week by the time you actually see this, but I'm going to Reading Festival. When this video is up, it will be in 2 days. I go on Wednesday the 4th maybe? I don't know, but I go from the Wednesday to the Monday, and I pretty much die, because I usually like to upload on Mondays, and I just know that I won't film on Monday and probably Tuesday either, so I don't know, we'll see how it goes, but just as a bit of a pre-warning to expect a lack of a video, maybe. I'm sure you're all, like, devastated. So, in today's video, I wanted to talk about kind of what to expect after you come out. There are a ton of videos online talking about advice on coming out. I have even made some. I have a coming out playlist if you would like to watch that. But no one really talks about what to expect in the months after you come out. Now, there are obvious reasons for this. I cannot tell you how your coming out is exactly going to go. Of course not. You know, a bit of a disclaimer before I get into this video. What is this piece of hair doing? Wonderful. This is why I'm wearing a fucking hat today. Look at this fucking shit show that's going on. Yes, just a bit of a disclaimer before I get into this video. I am basing this on my own personal experience and, you know, of my friends' experiences that I know how their coming out have gone. I obviously cannot tell you exactly how your coming out is going to go, but there are general rules of thumb, I think, that kind of everyone experiences when they come out. Also, this is in no way me trying to scare anyone out of coming out. I just think, like, I would have appreciated seeing this kind of video before I came out to really kind of emotionally prepare myself for the kind of shit show that occurs after you come out, especially as transgender. Your parents are probably going to be in disbelief at first and are probably going to tell you that it could just be a phase and something that you will grow out of. A lot of parents like to think that this is something that you will grow out of, or it's something that you've heard and just decided to adopt. Like, my mum blamed Tumblr for the fact that I said I was trans. She also blamed the fact that I do a psychology at A-level. She was like, you know, you've changed since that, and I was like, what are you talking about? We don't even learn about gender in psychology, and Tumblr's just my aesthetic fucking website. Like, what the fuck? I also know that this tends to happen quite a lot. My mum would bring up any time that I was ever feminine, ever, like literally throughout my whole life, and be like, oh, if you were like this, then how are you trans? You know, if that has happened to you in the past, then just explain your situation. For me, when I was girly, number one, it was just me trying to fit in, and also, you know, positive reinforcement. I was getting positively reinforced when I was showing very feminine, and I got more popular, I stopped getting bullied as much, like, of course, so in my head, I was like, this is great, I'm gonna force myself to enjoy this. Also, my mum was under the impression that if you didn't know from when you were like 4 or 5, then you literally just can't be trans. And I think that's partly the media's fault. A lot of trans representation in the media is based on like trans kids who know from when they're like 5 years old and are like, nope, I am a boy, or no, I am a girl. And this is actually pretty rare amongst the trans community, but because it's all that is shown in the media, cis people who are maybe not as educated on trans things will think that this is the norm, when it kind of isn't. So just explain to them that that isn't actually the norm, and that a lot of people find out in lots of different stages in their life, and it really is no age limit to find out. Also, prepare yourself to be misgendered for probably a long ass time before things actually start getting better. My mum didn't start even trying to gender me correctly until probably around the 6th month after I came out mark. Yeah, and some of my family members still don't. Some of them are just starting to catch on now, and I've been out for 10 months. So my mum is great with it now. She's totally supportive. You know, I'm on testosterone. She calls me her son. She calls me Ollie. She's really, really good at it now. But yeah, it took a good half a year, I would say, before things even started to improve at all. You may also get asked some uncomfortable questions, and I would recommend doing your research a lot before you come out as trans, making sure you are educated on literally anything they could ask you about, so then it shows that you are educated and you have made an informed, like, you know that this is who you are, and you can answer any of the questions that they may have. Obviously, if it's just like a colleague or like not a distant friend who's asking you these uncomfortable questions, you don't have to answer them. But I would recommend that if it's your family asking you these questions, unless it's like a distant relative, fuck them. But like if your mum is asking you like, okay, what does this mean in terms of surgeries and maybe your genitals or all of these uncomfortable things, it may actually be best just to answer her questions or his questions. Just, you know, to be as open with them as you can about your transition. The more that you try and keep them informed, the more they feel like they're not losing you. And you may, you know, you're probably going to go through a lot of arguments and feel very distant from your family for a while. What I would recommend, if that does happen, it definitely happened for me, was surround yourself with people who understand. You know, I went out with my friends a lot who were really good at gendering me correctly pretty much straight away. I also surrounded myself with internet friends and spoke to people who I knew had been through a similar thing to me. Like a lot of trans guy friends I would speak to who were either going through it or had been through it and were able to help me through it as well, and we kind of all helped each other, and it was like a cute little family. I know this may sound like, why the fucking hell would I come out? What an absolute shit show he just described. But let me just point out that the lows of coming out have 100% been worth the highs. Like, the highs of coming out have just completely changed my life. I don't regret it at all. I always think, like, if I hadn't gone through the absolute fucking shit show that I did for 6, 7, 8 months after I came out, I wouldn't be where I am now, being gendered correctly by literally most of my family, and on testosterone, and I've got my name legally changed. All of these amazing things that have finally happened in my life would not have happened if I hadn't come out. So, yes, although it is terrifying, it is also one of the best decisions I've ever made, and yeah, I don't know, that was basically this video. I hope you liked it, guys. Give it a thumbs up if you didn't. If you have any questions or feel like I missed anything out, then please do comment them down below and I'll do my best to answer them. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel because I post one video every single week. Maybe not next week because I'm going to be dead from the sesh. But other than that, I hope you liked the video, guys, and I will see you next time. Got all my festival gear down there, and by that I mean 4 cases of alcohol.